Good morning and happy Friday. Whoop whoop. We've made it to the weekend. Praise the Lord and hallelujah. It's been a tough one, only because of the heat. Everything else has been all right. But anyway, I dressed in cool blues today to try to help ward off some of that humidity. Yes, that. I decided at about 8 o'clock last night that I was going to take Penn for a WALK. We haven't had one this morning, so I need to spell it, because she'll be ready to go, and I don't want to go right yet. Anyway, 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. I said, oh, this will be fine. Yeah, this will be fine. I walked outside. I was like, oh, this isn't too bad. Yeah, it feels nice out here. Well, we take off on our walk, and we took a long walk last night. Yeah, because we haven't been taking them lately because it's been so hot, right? And I thought, well, gosh, it doesn't feel that bad. So we walked all the way up the street, and then we went through the shopping center parking lot, and the sun was, when the sun goes down, it was over there going down, had beautiful sunsets going on. It was lovely. Well, then we get over to where that grassy area is, where, Penn like to roll in the dirt over there and always have to come home and take a bath. Yeah, that area. Then we heard a bunch of sirens. Now, it's starting to get a little darkish at this point. We're in the dusk area. Whatever. It's dusk. It's getting darkish. And all these sirens, tons of sirens, start going up and down the highways and byways around me. They were coming down this one, and then they were turning and going down that one. So they were all around us, and we were like right here. Well, guess what? All the coyotes started yipping and yowling as they were doing all their screaming by. Y'all, I kept turning around because I thought they were going to be right behind us. Right behind us. They sounded that close. Now, we were not anywhere near a wooded area. We were in a big open field, okay? And we were heading towards the sidewalk. This is a very safe little walk. We do it all the time. There is a fenced-in area behind this shopping center that belongs to another business. It sounded like they were in that fenced-in area, but I don't believe they were. I believe they were in the woods behind that fenced area, which is the woods that we used to walk through until all them little hitchhikers started sticking in their fur. And I said, we're not doing that again because the trail has become, slightly overgrown. I was like, we need to go. I was on the phone with Kim, and I said, do you hear that? She said, all I hear is sirens. So after the sirens stopped, I said, you hear that? She said, yeah, I heard a siren. I said, that wasn't a siren. That was not a siren. That was a coyote. She said, oh, my word. I said, I know. I said, but I'm almost to the road, and I just have a short little jaunt on the sidewalk, and then I'm going to come down the road, and I'll be home. It'll be fine. It'll be perfectly fine. We walked, right down the middle of the road. I wouldn't even get on the sidewalk at first because there's woods right there on the sidewalk. And I was like, nope, And then for a short period of time, I carried Penny because she was not walking fast enough for me. I was like, we got to go. We got to go. It's getting dark. At least there are street lights. But hearing them coyotes, oh, Lord. Yeah, that's how last night went. Also, I know y'all don't want to discuss my sweating habits, but we're going to discuss my sweating habits, okay? Because we discuss everything on this channel, and I know it's gross to discuss my sweat, but you have to understand, I don't sweat that much. I perspire. I get a little dewy right across here, and then the back of my neck might get a little dewy, and it might wet the back of my hair right there. Y'all, it was so freaking humid last night after we got to going. I was soaked. I was drenched. I told Kim, I said, when I get home, I'm getting in the shower. Because I cannot even sit down on my couch. I am drenched. It was disgusting. It was absolutely disgusting. And Anyway, that was the fun of last night. Now to tell you a story of long ago. And I'm going to tell my part of the story. And then Patty on It's a Lemonade Life is going to tell her part of the story. because we were together, okay? And it's a doozy. Way back in the day, you know, Patty is a realtor. She was my realtor. So me and Patty have been to a lot of places together. But Patty also used to pay me to be her photographer, because I told y'all I had a little photography gig going on, and it helped bridge the gap between the bills and the rising cost of everything. So she would pay me to go and take pictures of homes, and it was great. We had a lot of fun. Well, we meet up this one day, and we're riding out to wherever this house was. I don't even remember where the house was now, but we're riding out there together. So we didn't have to take 2 cars all the way out. We would just meet up somewhere, okay? Yeah. All right. So on the drive out, she mentions something about this guy being a little different, but that's about all she said. And I was like, okay. I mean, you know, hey, it takes all kinds, right? Oh, my computer just went dark. It takes all kinds, right? And so I'm like, okay, cool. I like different. I'm different. So, hey, let's go for it. Nothing could have nothing could have prepared me for what I saw when we pulled up in that driveway. It was a nice house. And he's a very nice person. And he's very funny. So none of this that I'm saying would offend him. I just was not ready for what happened next. Dun, dun, dun. All right, so we pull up in the driveway, and I'm gathering up my gear to go in and take pictures of this home. And the door opened, and then the door closed, and I was like, well, did nobody come out? I don't see anybody. And then I see this man. He didn't have any legs, which is fine, you know? I mean, not fine for him, but you know what I'm saying. I'm not prejudiced against people missing limbs. One of my great friends is missing part of her limb, so, you know, oh boy, she's funny. If we could get together and do a video, holy moly. But anyway, no legs whatsoever, okay? Which is fine, y'all, but he was riding a skateboard. I was not ready. I see this little man, and he's on his torso, basically, riding a skateboard. He's pushing with his hands, and he's riding a skateboard. And I'm watching him like, where's he going? What's he doing? Well, then he stops at his truck. It was a big truck. It wasn't a little truck. It was a big truck. He reaches up. He opens the door. He pulls himself up in the truck with his skateboard. He cranks his truck and he moves it out of the way. I just looked at Patty, and she just looked at me and smiled and said, I told you he was a little different. A little. I did not, no. No, I wasn't ready. I was not ready for that, okay? Again, not that anything's wrong with that, but I wasn't ready. So then he gets out of his truck, and he gets his little skateboard, and he comes on back in the house. Now, once he's in the house, I don't think he used his skateboard in the house. I think he was just using his hands, basically, to walk. But then we go in the kitchen, and all of his food is on the countertop, which is fine, because that's where he can reach it. No problem at all. But I wanted to put it up so I could get a picture of the kitchen, right? And then we put it back where it was. We basically was just sliding stuff to this side so I could snap a pic, and sliding it back to this side so I could take a pic, right? No problem whatsoever. He's got to live how he needs to live. Y'all. Then we walk into the living room. There was a 8-foot ladder in the middle of the living room. I said, whose ladder is that? So she says to him, what you doing with your ladder out? He said, I'm painting. And I'm thinking, how is he getting up that ladder? I mean, I guess he just pulled himself up the ladder, but if anybody should be a picture for handy capable, it is him. There's no handicapped. He is handy capable. He could do anything with no legs, which just baffles me that people are disabled sitting at home drawing money that could work. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying anything about anybody that's disabled and sitting at home because you can't work. I don't know your story. But I'm saying there are people who may be in the same situation as him thinking they can't work. And this man is out. He's got a job. He's climbing a ladder. He's driving a truck. Oh, okay. You go. You go, man. Wow. So then, the creme de la creme of the story happens, okay? I'm going around to the bathrooms and the other bedrooms. I mean, he's got one room, and I'm pretty sure it had like workout equipment in it, if I remember correctly. I don't know. Some of this has been faded from my memory. But the creme de la creme happens when I go in his bedroom. Well, I go in there. And I'm taking pictures, and I'm taking pictures, and I'm kind of walking backwards, and I'm trying to get the best angle so I can try to get the whole room. And I bumped into something, and I turned around, and honest to God, I kid you not, there is a pair of legs that are nearly as tall as me standing in the corner that I had just ran into. I was nearly eye to eye with a pair of legs that had jeans on and a belt. I mean, shoes on the feet, an entire set of legs, fully dressed legs in the corner. I was like, he's got legs. And Patty said, yeah, he's got legs. She said he don't like to wear them because they hurt, but he's got them for when he has to go places. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. But I wasn't ready to bump into a pair of legs nearly as tall as me. Because he was tall. His torso was tall. And he had long arms. As you can imagine, from sitting on a skateboard and reaching up to a door handle and grabbing the steering wheel and pulling yourself in. I mean, he was a tall man. But I was like, I just bumped into a pair of legs. A fully dressed pair of legs. And I'm not that person. My face is going to show what I'm thinking, Thank God he wasn't in the bedroom with me. But Patty walked in and saw me standing there staring at those legs. And she lost it. She did. She lost it. I said, I need a warning label because this does not hide. I do not have a poker face 99% of the time. I do not. But Patty sold his house and he moved. And then he met a woman and they got married. And they lived happily ever after. But that's the story of the man with no legs. And I ran into his legs. Yeah. I'm standing. I back up. I run into the legs. I turn around. Honestly, it was like his belt buckle was right here. Let me stand all the way up. Because I was squatting, because it makes a really big difference, right? But they were probably right here. Look, I watch too much TV. I watch too much Criminal Minds. I watch too many crime shows. I was, for a fraction of a second, I was absolutely freaked out. I was not prepared to run into a pair of legs. I was not. Anyway, that's that story. Anyway, that's it for now. I'm going to do a little work, and then I'm going to take Penn for a walk, and I might come back and talk about something else, but I ran into a pair of legs. Hello, it's me again. Dear God, it's me, Margaret. Y'all remember that book? Guess she's done. All right, anyway, let's discuss the weather for just a second. 78 degrees at 9 a.m. with 80% humidity. 80, yeah. When I woke up this morning, well, let's discuss how I woke up this morning because it was quite the rude awakening, okay? So as we all know, Gracie starts her caterwauling every morning for 17 years. If I am not up by the time she is hungry, then she starts running up and down the halls, doing her, calling out to her people or whatever she's doing. I don't know what she's doing, but she's waking me up, which is fine. It's time for me to get up anyway. I mean, technically, I didn't have to be awake at 6:15 this morning since I'm working from home, but that's fine. It's perfectly fine that she wakes me up that early, right? Except this morning, she's running up and down the halls. Well, then she comes into the bedroom and she jumps up on my side of the bed and she runs across the top of my pillow, and then she runs across the top of the other pillow. Well, Penny was asleep, was being the key word, snuggled up next to that pillow at the top of the bed, right? Well, I guess it scared Penny. It all happened in a matter of 2.3 seconds. She ran across the bed. Penny started growling and jumped up. I'm grabbing Penny. Gracie leaps over onto the dresser. I was like, well, good morning. Let's get up. This is great. It's a great way to start the day. And with growling and hollering and gnashing of teeth and all the things. It was great. Can we not just have a normal wake-up call? Just your normal running up and down the halls? Do you have to jump on the bed and wake up the princess? Because the princess, she don't like being awakened in such a manner as that. No. She's gone after Gracie several times for this very thing, for running across the bed and waking her up. Now, she's never bitten her or even gotten close to bitten her. But, yeah, she has to. Hey, we're not just going to stand here. Let's walk. Because it's hot and I want to get back home. Because it's hot. She's showing her acrobatic moves this morning. Hi, come on, let's walk. Prince, you are so nosy, come on. Anyway, if y'all could see me, y'all probably laugh at me because I look cute from the top up, right? Top up, whatever. I guess my shorts match, I don't know, but they're just leggings, right? But I have on those socks with the little balls on the back of them, and my, technically, my Crocs do match my top. They do be matching my top. However, I don't care, because wearing sandals when I walk her in the morning, there is dew. When the dew is still on the roses, and it's on the grass, and I don't like walking through dewy, wet grass in sandals. I don't. I don't like getting my toes wet and having grass stuck between my toes. That's just disgusting. I look like I should have a camera around my neck and be on vacation in Wyoming or something, you know, like all the touristers. I just need a fanny pack. Anyway, it's a great day. It's Friday, and I'm ready for it to be 2 o'clock. Not because I'm going to go do anything, but my mind's been kind of frazzled, you know? Is that going to... Is them... they're not really dark. They looked darker in the camera, but I don't know. I don't know if they're calling for rain. But when it's this hot, they don't have to call for rain. You know what I'm saying? It just does it. Let's go back home. It's hot. My boss's blinds are still closed. I wonder if that means she's still asleep. She don't have blinds. She has shutters. When you work for a window treatment company, you need to know the difference between shades and shutters and blinds, Bobby. Because when a client calls and he tells you that his blinds are broke and that the fabric tore, you need to realize that blinds typically are not made of fabric and that he's probably talking about a shade. I had to figure all this stuff out because I didn't know, you know? I mean, I kind of knew what a shade was and a blind was, but when the client calls and they don't even know, you have to kind of figure it out, Bobby. And if y'all don't know who that is, that's King of the Hill. That's a cartoon. I used to like watching stuff like that. Stewie on Family Guy. And of course, that was a little racy, you know what I'm saying? But it was still funny. You had to be up on current affairs to watch Family Guy because some of their jokes and some of their storylines actually went to actual news stories. And if you didn't know, then you didn't understand the show. You know what I'm saying? But they were a little edgy. They were edgy. Probably wouldn't be so edgy now because everything's edgy, but in their day they were a little edgy. Now everything goes right. I ain't carrying you this morning. Come on, let's go home. I am not carrying you. We ain't walked that far. I carried her last night and now she wants to be carried. Oh, let me tell you something. As hot as I was, just yucky, disgusting, hot, talking on the phone through the whole thing, couldn't breathe, and carrying a 20-pound dog that I told y'all she's she's a hot dog, okay? She puts off the most amount of body heat of any little dog. Maybe that's why she's cold. Maybe she loses all her heat and she's left cold. I don't know, but anyway, I was about to be deceased. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going back to work. She didn't do nothing. She could have, whatever. I'll be back. Well, I didn't know I already had 20 minutes worth of video, so I guess I'll just stop it here. And if anything else exciting happens today, I'll just start a new video. You don't know. It might be a twofer day. Probably not, but you don't know. You don't know. All right. Well, y'all have a great rest of your day, and I will see you on the next Tracy Tries. Remember that I love you. Jesus loves you. I hope he's coming back soon because people be crazy and the world has gone mad. Okay? And peace out. Peace out, babies. I'm going to get my nails done in the morning. They have started growing a little bit. Okay, I got to go back to work. I love y'all. Did you hang up yet? Okay, I'm hanging up first. No, I'm not. Y'all hang up. I'm saying bye first. Okay, bye. Okay, bye.